words can hurt, whether you mean them to or not. You see, majority of modern day slang is still weighted with historical heartache. You see, in my culture, we have a saying, "E pala le ma'a, ai le pala tama." Stones are rolled away, but words will never decay.
So we know that the right to free speech is one of the fundamental human rights that our actual democracy depends on. That has to be balanced against all of the other rights that ensure a free and secure democracy and that we can all participate equally. So the right to be free from discrimination.
We have to have a responsibility when we are speaking. Free speech doesn't mean that it gives us a right to attack anyone. If we want others to respect us, we have to respect others.
We can use free speech to say what we think, but through that understanding and that interaction, then we can discover more about one another. How we deliver our speech is really important. If we're angry, if we see something we don't agree with, and then we react. And so probably important to pause, to think about it, to find out more about it, and then to say something.
And the best way to share with people and to educate them is humbly. You can't say, oh, you know, you're wrong, and get really aggressive towards them, because they'll shut off. They'll feel like, oh, I'm being attacked, my own perspectives are being silenced, and then there's like that barrier to communication. So first and foremost, you need a humble posture of actually wanting to share with kindness and with love.
When you create this construct of freedom of speech, you need to ensure that things that you're saying are not only truthful, but are also respectful, and is there balance in what you're saying? Is there the right of reply?
Freedom of expression is always tempered by responsibility. In mainstream media, we hold that balance, and we do get to decide who is going to be heard and who isn't. And so it's extremely important to keep that platform open for the most unheard in our communities. If your freedom of speech is oppressing another community or other people, then it's no longer freedom of speech, because it's not their freedom.
No speech that we have in a public platform or in a private platform is ever in isolation. It's part of a much wider narrative that's built in from international influence and local influence, and we've got to be mindful of that.
All these powerful social platforms allow us to connect, but with connection comes responsibility.
Social media has a responsibility, where they have allowed the rapid spread of hate in the form of offensive comments, videos, and memes. They can be made accountable, because freedom of speech is not freedom to hate.